Hello friends, and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk with you about electronic cigarettes. You know, uh, I've stopped smoking for some years ago, about 3 years ago, and I was a heavy smoker. And I want to give you an idea about the electronic cigarettes. Some advices. I couldn't stop with an e-cigarette. I've tried it, but I couldn't. It was very hard. So the thing that I used to stop smoking was this guy here. Is the Iqos. The Iqos, it burns, not burns, it heats tobacco, or as they say, that's a heating tobacco device. But you get a nice nicotine, and the taste is close to the normal cigarettes. So if you know the feeling in the morning, you get your cup of coffee and you light up a cigarette. That feeling you cannot get from an electronic cigarette. The only thing that can give you that is tobacco. So this cigarette here, it has tobacco inside, tobacco leaves inside, So this thing here is getting heated up, and it gives you the flavor of a cigarette and the nicotine, of course. But when you are done using this thing here, so it will be the time to move on to the electronic cigarettes after a half a year, So half a year I've used just the Iqos, and then I've moved forward to the electronic cigarettes. And the first electronic cigarettes I bought, they can get addicted. You can get addicted to this thing. The first cigarette I bought, it was an Aspire, is the old one here. It was an Aspire Zelos. Pretty good, but they are made to get broken. And I'll tell you why. It's an easy device. It's a nice device to use. You have, how you call it, you have the nice flavor. You have everything that is pretty good. When you taste the cigarette, it tastes well. The cigarette, the liquid. When you smoke, when you're vaping it, you're not smoking it. It tastes well. The only electronic cigarette with a good coil, and the only good coils, after my opinion, to begin the vaping, are those from Aspire. I've tried many others. This one is it's an Aspire on top, and that's a Smoke Alien 220. I've barely used it. I'm not using it. Not the smoke. That type with batteries inside, and charge your batteries, put your batteries to charge in the evening. You have enough battery or not, and not just that, you get extra set of batteries. And I'm not such a heavy vapor. I just try to quit smoking. That's my purpose with electronic cigarette. If you become a vapor, where you really need a lot of flavor and vape inside your lungs, then definitely that's okay. But again, you're gonna use a lot of coils. They are pretty expensive, those for the smoke, at least in this part of Europe where I live, that being Denmark. But let me come back to the thing to tell you why they get broken, and why they are made to get broken, and what is good about the new Zelos 2 tank. This one here, and this is the old Aspire Zelos. The old one, that was very, very hard to open, and it's leaking like hell. You have it here. It leaks from all the holes. I barely moved it. I've changed all the how you call them, all those O-rings you get inside, changed them, made everything. The problem with this one is when you are screwing back on place, after you filled up with liquid, after a while, when you need to do it again, you can almost not take it from each other. It's like it's glued fast, so you need something to open it, and if you're on the run, that's not going to be easy. So what is nice about the other one is the top filling. Just turn it out, put it like this, fill up with nicotine or without nicotine flavor, different flavor, and then just go ahead and vape. The other one, the old one, what was wrong with it? It was the battery. It has an USB right here. I think it's not a C, it's a mini USB as they called it. And the bad thing about it is it has a little metal plate inside, all the way around here. I'll try to show you if I can, but it's pretty damn hard to do that. Anyway, when you put it into charge, you have to be very careful when you take it out. And you are not always careful. So when I took it out one day, it fell apart. I put it back, but if you're not gluing it fast, then it will fall out again, and that's what it happened. And if it falls out and you cannot find it, that battery is damned. You cannot repair it, or so you have to buy a new one. But I've choose to buy this. Come back to them even if the battery was. I know I can use this one with the smoke, the tank with the smoke alien, but it's that's not the idea. I trust more this type of battery and I do with those mobile batteries which you can put out and put in again, and they're pretty, and if you're afraid of, how I call it, afraid of have them exploding or something like this, this one is I think is a much safer choice. So for the guys who are trying to quit smoking, if you can do it with an electronic cigarette from the start, that's perfect. I think you should go ahead. And another advice. There are thousands of flavors out there, in different blendings, like 70-30, 30-70. For me, it worked with the cheapest, to be honest. The cheapest was is something from it's a spearmint taste. It's not so harsh. I think it's 60-40, 60 PG, 30 VG, 40 VG. So it tastes good. It gives the vape. The vape is nice. I'm having it on 25 volt. That's blocked on it, so that's locked, so you can hear it. It has a very good flavor. It's not leaking, and the good thing is that you can adjust the flow, the airflow, so you can get a mouth to lung. No, mouth to lung it was right here, and a direct lung here. I used it as a mouth to lung, as a smoker. I'm not at the, how you call it, the level of vaping master or vaping king. I'm not seeing vaping as a. I'm still connected to smoking, if you understand what I mean. So it's not easy to leave that if you have smoked for 14 or 15 years. So that's the one you can you can choose. You know, that's the one, and I'll tell you to choose. There are a lot of different e-cigarettes out there, but this Aspire Zelos 2 kit is the best, in my opinion. I'm not getting nothing for doing that. It's just my honest opinion. So I paid for it. I'm using it every day, and the same about the Iqos. You know, I still have some cigarettes, Iqos cigarettes, always in my back pocket, but they're very expensive, and they're gonna get more expensive. They'll not get cheaper. You know, with the time. So this and I don't think they are more healthy than the electronic cigarette. You know, I think the electronic cigarette is much more healthy than the Iqos. But when I'm going out, and when I'm going to a party where I know that somebody smokes there, you know, it's pretty damn hard to stay in the smoke of a cigarette without having the right amount of nicotine and the harshness on the you know, on the throat hit, you know, like in an electronic cigarette, you get used to that throat hit. That's my case, you know. I'm smoking electronic cigarettes, and I'm taking, you know, when you vape first time, you know, you get a throat hit. But if you are continuing and take 2, 3, 4 more hits, you know, then your throat is getting used to that throat hit, and you are not feeling it as you do from a cigarette. You know, from a cigarette you get a throat hit every time, and you can, if you take more, then you get a better throat hit. So that's the winner for me. You know, I had a lot of electronic cigarettes. I've put a lot of money in them, but I have never actually used something else. You know, even I have them. I don't like to take this one with me. It's big, batteries. This one is so easy to use. It's so easy to have in your pocket. Take it out. Now it's even easier to fill it up. The only thing, when you change the coil, that can be a little bit of, yeah. You just need to get used to it. So that's the thing. You know, how if you're when you're getting used, it's something like it's you have to press it, turn it, and press it and turn it. It's just a safety feature. But I saw a guy on the internet who had some a tank 2. You know, that's the second version. I'll call it tank 2. But in his case, there were not all the safety features on it. So I believe that in the European Union, the TPD, how they call it, it's a little bit different than other places on Earth. So that was the story, you know, and that was my point of that's the Iqos. You know, I've showed you the case, but I haven't showed you the Iqos. The Iqos looks like this, and you know, opening it, taking it out this way, that's fully charged now, and you have the heating device. You know, you put a cigarette in here, it will heat it, and then and I've used glow too, and I have a glow one too from Philip Morris. I think they are. This one is from who is producing the, yeah, no, the Iqos is from Philip Morris. The other one is from English company, I think. The glow, they're producing Kent cigarettes, you know, so I don't know exactly who are producing them, but I don't care about cigarettes anymore. And I can tell you that when I've tried to smoke a cigarette, not smoke a cigarette, I tried to taste a cigarette once, and the taste of that cigarette is exactly the same taste as on that day I've tried for the first time a cigarette. So my body has healed now. I hope so. I think so. I had some health issues because of the cigarettes. I could feel that the cigarettes were getting me killed. So that and on that time that Iqos came out, and it was a better and easier way to quit smoking with it. You can get, now talking about the Iqos, you can get some e-liquid called Virginia or tobacco, which tastes the same as Iqos. But again, you don't have that throat hit. I don't know. Probably you have to put more nicotine in it. I've always used 6 milligram. I've tried once with an 18 milligram. It was like hell. It's really hard, and I'm not mixing myself. I'm normally the guys who are mixing the liquid and doing all those things, they have their own business into this vaping thing, so that's why you can see, I've seen some on the internet, yeah, I've made it at 18 milligram and I've mixed it together with something like this and this and this. Those guys, they know what they do, they know what. But for a new beginner, for a guy who just want to quit smoking and watching all the reviews on the internet, pick up an Aspire. And my opinion is that you get a good coil, it will last you a long time, it will taste good, it will be easy to change it. You'll have a lot of advantages, and that will make you to stick together to this electronic cigarette, and to move away from cigarettes. And again, the only thing that was keeping me to the cigarettes was that fucking smoke. That smoke had, even it tastes like shit, it's like it's grabbing you and it's keeping you there. So 14 days, it was not easy. But after those 14 days, it was very, very easy. So if this helped you, then please subscribe, and I'll try to make more reviews, and I'll try to tell you my honest opinion on everything. It's the only way that we can all win something from this, I've made a review about my car which I pay for, and I'm driving it every day. I don't know why the people today, they are subscribing to different guys which are getting paid to present you, just because they are presenting it more nice. They have some nice gears to film with and some nice stuff. But that's when you listen to them, and if you are buying what they tell you to buy, then sometimes you'll be disappointed. And you'll be disappointed because it's hard to say that they are lying. They are probably using that thing for a week and then they move on. They have the opportunity to move on, to take something else. And for a person like me, and probably the most of you who are watching this video, it's important to get a thing and to use it for a longer time, and don't have problems with. But again, if you have money enough to change your car every 13 days, or I don't know, maybe you are watching it from Saudi Arabia, nobody knows how big your account is, then probably you'll not care about it. You'll watch those guys. So the thing, what I'm doing and what I try to do, is to give you a good and honest impression and an honest review about everything. Um, so that's the point in it. I'm not doing this to get paid or something like this. I think it's just nice for the people to know what they buy, and to know and help people. So this guy here, I'll recommend to you, and I'll recommend you to start, when you start vaping, to start with the cheapest liquid and move forward. I don't know if you become a vapor, you know. Yeah, of course, if you become a vapor, then you're gonna buy those $100 bottles with liquid different from different producers, you know. Yeah, that's up to you. If you like it, that will be good. Just stay away from cigarettes. Um, but but the most often is that with the cheapest, you'll have better results than with the most expensive. And I've bought something. I can give you an example. I bought something that was pretty expensive, about $50 for a bottle with 60 milliliters inside. It's mango taste, but that tasted like hell. That tasted like hell. So I couldn't smoke it. I just throw it out. But I thought that it would be something very good, you know. So I'll not show it to you because it's hard to find, and even if you find it, you know, I don't want anybody to get angry on me. I told you already that the smoke is not the best, but it's not the best for me. For the vapors, for the big vapors, you know, that's a perfect guy there, 220 watts. But for me and for the normal people, this guy here does his job pretty well, and I'll recommend that to all of you. The old model, if you can buy the new one, so buy the new, don't buy the old one. The tank, you know, because the batteries are the same. That it has the battery is the same, and the display and all the functions, they are the same. But the tank, that's different. And this tank here, that was not so good. But anyway, I've used it. You can see those are from all those times. You know, the marks in here, they are from all those times when I've tried to change the coil. When you are on the go, that is pretty damn hard to do it. And if you are, let me give you an example. You have a little break, you are on a job, and then you go outside to vape, and you try to take this guy out. You know, it's incredibly hard. It's getting like, oh, I cannot take it out right now. So you need something to grab it and turn it around. And those marks are from all those grabbing things, you know, I found. Because when you're in a hurry, you need to find something. And oh, that's a pain in the ass, you know. So stay away from it. But anyway, I used it, you know. But now when the second generation is outside, choose this one. And that was a little story about my my smoke quitting. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and please subscribe, and yeah, let me know in the comments below what type of electronic cigarettes you are using. You know, I know that normally they say don't stuck with this, with one electronic cigarette, find something else. The taste is different. I know that it's different, but is it economical? That's the question. So if you have something that tastes good, is economical, and it's pretty easy to use, here's the guy, in my opinion. So you may choose your own. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.